Hello, welcome to this edition of Momentum. I'm your host, Robert Green. Happy today to be joined by Annamarie Thompson. Annamarie is a senior in Biomedical Engineering, planning to go to graduate school. So looking forward to having a conversation with you. So how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. So getting ready to graduate, thinking about graduate school. What are your plans for grad school?
I'm planning after I graduate in the spring to pursue a PhD in cancer biology or a related field. I'm very interested in pediatric oncology research, so I'm planning to take the next step with graduate school to prepare me for a career in that area.
Okay. So you've done a lot of research here as an undergraduate. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. So coming into my time at Mississippi State, I knew I was really interested in research, and I wanted to start gaining that experience to find out if it was in fact the career path that I wanted to pursue. So I went to one of my mentors in the Honors College at that time, Dr. Anastasia Elder, our Director of Undergraduate Research, and we spoke about ways to get involved. And I told her, I'm a freshman, I don't have a lot of experience, I don't have many classes under my belt at this time, but I'm very eager to learn. And she helped me find a lab that was looking for undergraduates at the time in an area that I was interested in. And I reached out to Dr. Trey Howell at the vet school, who graciously met with me and extended an invitation to join his lab as an undergraduate research assistant. And I've been working with him for the past almost 3 years now. We're studying diabetic wound healing, and I've been able to be a part of a couple different projects, and I'm actually working now with him on my undergraduate honors thesis.
Okay, so it sounds like you've enjoyed that and gotten a lot out of it.
I have. He's been a wonderful mentor. He's taught me pretty much everything I know foundationally in research, and that's really set me up for internship opportunities, and I think it's prepared me very well to apply to graduate programs.
So one of the questions I'll often get from parents and particularly students in engineering is, can you do both engineering and honors? Now, you've obviously benefited from Dr. Elder helping you out with research in the Honors College. Can you tell us a little more about the non-research side of being in the Honors College?
Yes, absolutely. I have been so fortunate to be part of the Shackles Honors College during my undergraduate time here at Mississippi State, and I think it's given me a tremendous number of opportunities. First and foremost, I found a great deal of mentorship through the Honors College. I know I already mentioned Dr. Elder, but there have been several others that have helped connect me with opportunities to gain experience related to my goals, as well as to apply for scholarships and other opportunities of the sort. One that comes to mind in particular is Dr. David Hoffman, our Director of the Office of Prestigious External Scholarships. He helped me find out about some scholarship programs that I wasn't even aware of and I didn't know aligned with my goals so well, and helped me to craft applications for those that I would have never been able to do on my own. Additionally, I found a great community within the Honors College. I found a lot of like-minded students who share similar goals and a love for learning, and they've become great friends, study partners over the years. And so I'm just really grateful for that community and the mentorship and opportunities that it's provided me.
How were the courses you took there? Did you enjoy those?
They are actually some of my favorite courses that I've taken during undergrad. I liked having a smaller class size in my honors classes. I felt that I got to know the professors a bit better in those courses, which was wonderful when it came to needing recommendation letters and things of that sort. One of my favorite honors classes that I took was Dr. Keenum's leadership seminar. I had the opportunity fall of my junior year to take that course, and it's been one of my favorite in my 4 years. It taught me a lot about leadership skills, which I think has served me well in some different roles across campus, and it was just amazing to get to personally know our president and learn how he got where he is and the things that he's done to make him successful.
I was going to say, not many students get the opportunity to take a class from the president of the universities. I know that was a special class.
It was.
So you mentioned Dr. Hoffman with the Office of Prestigious External Scholarships. You've obviously gotten a lot of awards while you're here, but I think the most recent one you got was the Astronaut Scholarship. So tell us about being selected as an astronaut scholar.
Yes, well, I was very, very grateful to be selected as a 2024 Astronaut Scholar. That has meant a ton to me and has already been extremely influential. That was actually a scholarship program that I wasn't familiar with And when I first met with Dr. Hoffman early on, he told me that it aligned really well with my goals, especially pursuing research in graduate school. And he helped me go through that application process and craft personal statements and an application that I was proud to submit and thankful that was viewed favorably. But that scholarship has given me the opportunity to travel to Houston. We had the Innovators Gala and Symposium at the end of the summer where I was able to meet all the other 2024 astronaut scholars and present some of my research. And the networking I was able to do there was just incredible. The class of astronaut scholars are incredible company, and they do not cease to inspire me. I left that conference feeling so motivated to continue pursuing excellence in my senior year, my research, my applications to graduate programs. I've also been fortunate to gain a mentor through the Astronaut Scholarship Foundation. He is at the Baylor College of Medicine and doing research kind of related to my end goals in research, which has been very helpful as I've navigated the graduate application process. And then the financial support has also been just wonderful as I prepare for the next stage of my academic journey.
So I imagine some people are rewinding right now, trying to find out whether or not I said you were an aerospace engineering student or a biomedical engineering student. And obviously you're biomedical.
Yes.
So how does that work with the astronaut scholarship? I mean, you wouldn't ordinarily think a biomedical engineer would get that.
Right, that's a great question, and I think a common misconception, even one that I would say I had before I learned more about the program, it is not restricted to aerospace or astronautics students. It's actually open to any STEM student that is intending to pursue a career in research. Many astronaut scholars are also planning to pursue a master's or PhD. I don't believe that's actually a requirement, but most do go on to pursue further education beyond their bachelor's. But it's open to all STEM majors that have research as part of their long-term goals. And that's something that I'm really thankful someone told me, because otherwise I might have thought that I was ineligible. But you do have some really unique connections to NASA. The scholarship was originally founded by the surviving Mercury 7 astronauts. And so there are those roots that tie back to astronauts in NASA, and that's another group that I was thankful to meet at the Innovators Gala in Houston. I've had the privilege of getting to meet some very accomplished astronauts. We even had one come to campus a few weeks ago, which was really special. So there's definitely that connection to aerospace, but it's not a requirement to receive the scholarship.
And probably worth all the effort just to meet real astronauts.
Yes, absolutely.
So in addition to that, I know you also were a Goldwater scholar. So tell us about that process.
Yes, that was another process that was very beneficial to me going through. I think applying, honestly, both to the Goldwater and Astronaut Scholarship helped me narrow down and define my career goals a little bit more and my research interests. And going through the process of writing statements about that and preparing applications was something that I think has set me up for a lot of success down the road as I apply for future opportunities in my career. But the Goldwater Scholarship, that's another one that I've been extremely thankful for and honored to receive. That has connected me to another amazing network of undergraduate scholars that are passionate about research, and many of which are looking to go on to graduate programs. And once again, that's provided me with resources for preparing for the next step in my journey that I'm very thankful for. So yes, that's been another extremely meaningful award that I was grateful to receive, and grateful to Dr. Hoffman and many, many others for their mentorship in helping me become a strong candidate for that.
So these are prestigious external scholarships. So these aren't scholarships you just wake up one day and say, I'm going to fill out the application and get it. There's a long process of being prepared for that, both the mentorship that you mentioned from Dr. Hoffman and his office, but it's also based on your experiences. So tell us what you did starting as a freshman that sort of helped prepare you to make you competitive for these very prestigious scholarships you got.
Absolutely. So one piece of advice that Dr. Hoffman gave me was, like you said, these applications are not ones that you can prepare quickly. You have to prepare over time with developing leadership and research experiences and other involvements on campus. And I'm thankful I knew that early and was given that guidance, because otherwise I don't think I would have been prepared to apply for them. So one thing that I really prioritized was gaining different research experiences. I wanted to gain those in the actual area that I intend to pursue a research career in, but also in other related fields, so that I had various skills to bring to the table. So with that, I applied for and completed internship programs the summer after my freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And I think having those experiences to write about was a meaningful way to show my commitment to research and that really is the path that I intend to pursue. But also I tried to get involved on campus through some different leadership opportunities, working with student recruitment and the Bagley Ambassadors. I've been fortunate to serve in executive leadership in that organization for 2 years now, and different things like that to develop my professional skills also outside of just my career skills with research.
So tell us a little bit about where you grew up and what attracted you to Mississippi State as a student.
Yes, so I've spent most of my life living in Trussville, Alabama, which is a suburb of Birmingham, about 2.5 hours outside of Starkville. And when I began my college search, I set a radius of about 4 hours from home and started looking at what schools fell within that zone. And Mississippi State was one of them. And I liked the idea of attending an SEC school and university, but I had never had a family member attend Mississippi State. I'd never come to campus or been to a football game. So my parents and I came over and visited. Funny enough, we picked not the best weather day. It was pouring down rain and about 40 degrees.
The only day it ever rains here.
Exactly. It wasn't exactly the warmest welcome, but as I continued to visit Mississippi State, the welcome that was the warmest was what I got from the people. And that's what really attracted me here more than anything. As I visited different schools, I found a group of people at Mississippi State that seemed to genuinely want to invest in me and in helping me achieve my goals. When I came on tours here, people remembered that we'd met before or spoken on the phone and were happy to see me. I felt like a student that was seen rather than just an applicant to the university. So that was something really special that attracted me here, as well as the great biomedical engineering program. I knew that fit my interest and career goals very well, and the scholarships that Mississippi State had to offer. Those resources were difficult to turn down and were very generous, especially as an out-of-state student.
Well, we've got about 30 seconds left, and you obviously have been a very successful student here.
Thank you.
What words of advice would you have to an incoming freshman so that they could follow in your footsteps?
I think my best advice would be make the most of your Mississippi State experience. There are so many opportunities here, tons of people that want to see you succeed, that want to mentor you, and the opportunities are really endless. You can do whatever you put your mind to if you choose to put yourself out there and make the most of your experience. So I would encourage them to do that.
Good. Well, Annamarie, it's been a pleasure having you for the interview today and getting to know you as a student. Thank you for all you've done for the college. I want to wish you the best in your future endeavors as you go into graduate school. I want to thank you all for joining us on this edition of Momentum, and I look forward to seeing you next time.